In Travel Watch, the country's airlines are struggling to keep up with a high demand for seats. AAA expects nearly 48 million Americans to travel around the July 4th holiday. That is down less than 3% from 2019. But American Airlines has already announced it will cancel about 1,000 flights through mid-July. Our Kris Van Cleave is standing by at Reagan National Airport. Kris, what is going on?
Talking to people at American Airlines, they thought they had built enough buffer into the system, and they just didn't. Demand came back faster than airlines thought. People surged into airports just as there was a lot of weather disruptions this month. Some airlines had computer issues. It's wreaked havoc on the airline schedules. And if you're American Airlines, that means you're now cutting flights. It's been a June from hell for American Airlines. Its operation seeing major weather disruptions 9 of the first 15 days in June, causing long lines, delays, and cancellations, leaving the country's largest airline with a staffing crunch along with mounting flyer frustration.
This was the only time we could get here, and I tried to check in, and they said now we have to wait until about 3 hours before the flight, which is at 4 a.m., 5 a.m.
American will cancel 50 to 80 flights a day through at least mid-July as the airline tries to build in additional resilience and certainty to its flight schedule. Southwest has also been hit with delays and cancellations due to weather and a 3-day series of computer issues. Monday, both airlines saw hundreds of cancellations and more than 1,000 delays. Henry Hartevelt is an airline analyst.
The airlines were caught with their pants down. They scheduled too many flights, and they didn't have enough people ready to operate the flights, operate the airports, and the companies that they work with were short too.
As American ramped up flights from 2,200 a day to about 5,800 this month, the TSA struggled to have enough screeners. The airline's caterer in Dallas didn't have enough drivers, and some American pilots were still in post-furlough retraining.
You didn't have enough pilots to fly the airplanes. Pretty simple. The metal and the people didn't come together, and now you're surrendering the schedule.
Airlines are also dealing with an alarming spike in disruptive passengers, prompting a rare industry-wide letter to the Attorney General asking DOJ to send a strong and consistent message through criminal enforcement.
We got to know that the federal government has our back on this.
American Airlines has seen more cancellations today. Many of these were done in advance so they could reaccommodate flyers before they get to the airport, which is part of why you don't see chaos here at Reagan. Delta tells us that airline is planning to hire 1,000 new pilots by next summer. Its first new hire class since the pandemic began will be people who were offered a job before the pandemic and had those opportunities put on hold. Anne-Marie?
So that's good, but that's 1,000 pilots by next summer. We've got, okay, we're going to get through the 4th of July. There's Labor Day, there's Thanksgiving, there's Christmas. I mean, there are a lot of holidays coming up. Can we expect to see these sort of cancellations every time there's a spike in travel demand?
Well, right now you've got to keep in mind the airlines are still in the midst of recovering from the pandemic. This was a situation that devastated their business. And some airlines retired a bunch of aircraft. Some airlines furloughed pilots. American will have all of its pilots retrained by the end of the month, so that should give it some extra cushion. But the airlines were still sort of in a ramp-up phase, and demand came back almost like a light switch. You went from seeing 1 million, 2 people go through airports to 2 million in the span of just a couple of weeks, and that's why the TSA has struggled. That's why airlines have struggled. So this summer is going to be a little, things are going to be stretched a little thin, which isn't to say it is unsafe. It just means that when there are weather disruptions, things like that, it taxes a system that doesn't have a lot of backups built in place. And certainly, it depends on the airline. United and Delta have so far operated pretty reliably this summer. Southwest and American, they operate in cities that have seen a lot of bad weather that has disrupted flying, in addition to perhaps not having enough people always on hand. And it sort of creates a domino effect because crews can only work so many hours in a month. And if they're tied up in significant weather delays and suddenly they're burning through a bunch of those hours in the first half of June, which American says happened to them, they're in a situation now where they just don't have the people because they can't operate. They're timed out.
Okay, that makes sense. There's something really sort of interesting, though, that I read. United Airlines CEO Scott Kirby told Axios in an interview that we might face a pilot shortage because the military is producing fewer pilots than before. I thought that was really interesting because though I understand that people often go from the military into, commercial flights, I just assumed that there were civilian flight schools that were kind of providing most of the pilots. But is that not the case?
So there are civilian flight schools. In fact, United has started one that's going to look to not only bring people an additional pipeline into their airline, but look to sort of broaden who comes into aviation. It's a very male-dominated business. The challenge with going the private pilot route is it's very expensive. And airlines have been concerned about a pilot shortage for years. We think it's a few years away yet, but as airline pilots retire in mass over the next 5 to 10 years, they need thousands of more pilots. We interviewed one pilot a couple of years ago who graduated flight school. He didn't go military, he did it private with hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. And it's not traditional student loan debt, so it's just very expensive to become a pilot, and that dissuades some people from chasing their aviation dream.
That is fascinating. Kris Van Cleave, thank you so much.
Sure thing.